again. Probably can't see me. It's dark. It's fine. It's good. Okay. So I want to talk about real quick. This is what I came up with. When the camera's so close to me, I have on a bra. Okay. Make sure I got on a bra. Normally don't wear. Normally don't wear bras. Yeah. But anyways, um, hi. Let me make sure my okay. Mm. Okay, so anyways, let me see. Can I set this phone? Oh, okay, but anyways, hi Demetra. Hi anybody who decided to watch this video. I know it's dark. I know it's fine. It was late at night. Got the TV on. And you try coming on the light because these blinds. My daughter. Listen, my son did the same thing. My youngest son. When we got these kind of blinds, I'm about to show y'all. If this camera can pick it up, they will pull down the blind so it's like that piece that connects the blind up to the top is be gone. So when I be trying to push the whole white blind back up to the top, obviously it keeps falling down because the hook piece is gone. I can't explain it. That's on the blind. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all got these kinds of blinds, y'all know what I'm talking about. But my daughter, she just be I mean, it's fine to look out the window, cool, but she be playing with them and they be falling down. So I'm like, I got a whole closet of like, I don't. Some of them I had to throw in the trash because they like broke, and then they became sharp. Like cutting edge when they broke, they broke. So but yeah, so I don't want to cut on the light because it's like people can see inside because these blinds are gone. Like, listen, I'm saying, listen here. Look, this how it looks in my blinds. So it's like, what's that, five right there, and all that whole middle section is gone. I'm like, girl. So I'm like, if I were to cut on this light, I got the TV on, but if I were to cut on this light, it's like people would most definitely be able to see inside. So I'm just like, no, the TV is bright enough at the moment. But anyway, so this is what I wanted to talk about. The dating. This is like what I come to learn. This is just from my experiences. Okay, Demetra. This is just from my experiences. I don't know if y'all other people experience, but this is what I came up with for me. What I figured out or found out dealing with my own personal experience and just watching others. Excuse me. But okay, so this is about dating. So what? How can I say this? I have been in a couple of serious, quote unquote, serious relationships, and what I okay, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to really think about my children's father. Okay, my two oldest ones, they're by the same guy, and I met their dad in elementary school in the sixth grade, Mr. Duncan's class. So we were 11, 12 years old. So we was in the same class. So basically throughout the school year, we was in the same class from the start of the school year basically to the end of the school year. I missed like the last 2 weeks of school because my mom, we moved out from the area, and she was like, I ain't gonna have time to take y'all to school. So the last 2 weeks of school, y'all gonna have to miss. And I'm like, no, it's my sixth grade graduation and dance. And well, I wasn't really tripping about the dance, but the graduation, like, I ain't even go to my sixth grade graduation. You know, I got my papers and stuff like that. My mom went to the school like during the summertime and they gave me like certificates for completion of sixth grade, but I'm like, I ain't even go to no daggone ceremony, for the sixth grade. But anyways, we met in the sixth grade. So basically, what I'm saying is, we had the whole school year to get to know each other. Of course, we wasn't dating or I wasn't interested in him or whatever. But he was flirting with me throughout the school year. He even asked me to our sixth grade dance, and I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going or not. And he was like, well, if we do go, can we go together? I'm like, yeah, sure, but I don't know if I'm going or not. But I ain't even want to go with him no way. Like I ain't want to go with nobody. Like no. But anyways, and then he wasn't like flirting with me throughout the school year. I think it's more so like last couple of months, maybe. I don't know. When I start, knowing that, oh, this dude probably like me, like be all touching my hand and, like, I don't know, it was just some stuff that he would do in the sixth grade. So what I'm getting at is we kind of worked together. We was in the same class, so that's kind of like working together. We had different projects, and like we got to know each other, working skills and behaviors and habits and stuff like that. Cause we was Monday through Friday, we seen each other Monday through Friday for what 8 hours. We seen each other like work. Like people go to work. Most of the time it's like 8 hours or whatever. So it's like school. So we knew each other. So fast forward, we had 2 kids together. We knew each other. We was in a relationship. Okay, cool. So my next children's father, we worked together. Well, we used to work together. Um, when I got pregnant with our son, we wasn't working together at the time. I had just left that job and started working someplace else like 2 months prior. And then, me and him, we hooked up and, got pregnant or whatever. But before I started working at my new job, me and him, my second children's dad, I'm gonna say my third son. This is like a few. Okay, my third son, his dad, we was working together. So again, 8, 9, 10 hour days. We was working together. We seen each other. We know each other. Work ethics and we just knew each other personalities and stuff like that. Whatever. We know we come to work late, come to work on time, how we deal with working in a team environment or working by ourselves or following orders and stuff like that or whatever, just like school. So my fourth son, me and his dad, we didn't work together. We actually met at a party or at a club through a mutual friend. So we had no like recognition of behavior for each other. Like far as I didn't know his work ethic, I didn't know was he going to work on time, calling in late, I said calling in late. Well, yeah, calling in late, leaving early. Was he a team player? Did this and that? Like I ain't know, but I know he was working there for like years, so obviously he probably was doing something good. But me and him, we didn't know, like we wasn't working or we didn't go to school together, so it was just like a toss up kind of a thing. So my daughter's dad, we were neighbors, but we didn't work together. We didn't go to school together, quote unquote, but we um we were neighbors, but we wasn't like, hey, every day we see each other walk out the door, hey, how you doing? It was like we see each other every so often, that kind of thing. So anyways, basically what I'm getting at, from my personal experience, from what I've seen, I think it's to ain't going, because these relationships obviously, previous ones, they didn't last. So I'm not going to say, oh yeah, if you be with somebody who you work with or who you do this, your relationship going to last. No, I'm not saying that because no, it didn't last with me. So it's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not really even saying anything. But what I'm trying to say is that, speaking from experience, I do believe that it's better to date or to start, being friends with somebody, even while you work with them or while you go to school with them. Because how else you going to know how that person really is, like around other people, like, on the outside. And you don't know what they do in their private life, like when they leave work or when they leave school. Yeah, you don't know that part, but that's the part that you can find out if you really see something good in them while you working with them or while y'all in the same school together. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. So it's like, I don't know. I think that's how you get to know somebody anyway. Like, yeah, throughout the years, my younger days, I go to a grocery store or go someplace and a guy be trying to holler at me. I'm walking down the street or something. Hey, how you doing? This and that. And then it's like we may exchange numbers, we may not. But even that, it's like, okay, this is some random dude that I just danced up on that I met in a club, or a random dude that I'm just meeting in a grocery store that he's just seen me. You probably seen me a couple of times, but this is our first interaction with each other. Like, I don't know how he is. So that's, I think, is starting the hardest kind of dating relationship, because now it's like, okay, I gotta talk to this guy and find out more things, or I gotta talk to this girl and find out things about her, and will like ask her questions because I'm not working with her, so I don't automatically know. Like, we not in a group setting, all the coworkers is chilling, and we all of us having a conversation, and she talks about her views on the situation on a conversation, or I talk about my view on a conversation. We not doing that. But at work and at school, you can do that. You can be in a classroom and a teacher put in a movie or give an assignment, and then the teacher asks, okay, so what do y'all think about this? Who says this is right? Who said that? You can get an idea of that person, like where their mind is at, versus just, oh, that person look nice, or that same person look like they got a nice personality. This is my first time seeing them, or oh, that look good. That person look good. Let me go up there and holler at them. It's like, you don't know nothing about me. I don't know nothing about you. So why would I like give you my number? Like, and me, this what I used to do. This was like in my early 30s, I believe, when a guy used to do that, like come up to me and be like a rant off some random stuff. We not working together, we not in school together, and guy would come up to me off some random stuff and be like, hey, yeah, this and that, like we at the store, we at a grocery store or a regular store, and a guy would come up and start talking to me, and it's like, okay, nice little small talk, and then he'd be like, well, hey, you got a guy, you got a boyfriend, you got this. Now, depending how I'm feeling, I would say yes or no. Especially, and this is when I didn't have one at all. Of course, if I had one, I'd be like, yeah, I'm seeing somebody, and that would be it. But if I'm like single, and if a guy were to come up to me, I'd be like, okay, do I want to say yes or do I want to say no? But then I don't get it, got my number, because I'm always tell these guys, like, if it was meant for me to give you my number, I would see you again. Like, we would see each other again. So I said, I'm not going to give you my number on the first encounter. If it was meant to be, who knows, maybe 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, we'll see each other at the same location, or we bump into each other at another one. And then I'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I am meant to give you my number. But but yeah, so what was I saying? So that's basically, but that's not basically what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say is what what I'm trying. Mind you, this is for this is like my video anyway, so I know how I talk. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, come on, Demetra, get it out. So, um, yeah, it's like so much to me, I think that it's so much easier if you work with somebody or you go to school with that person, and then you get to see how that person is and stuff like that, and then ask for their number, because just like y'all co-workers and y'all become friends, and then it's like, well, we work in another department, but we still work in the same building, or we go to school together. Um, they pretty intelligent, or excuse me, like you can observe a person, that way. Um, so yeah, so I think it's easier if people work together, go to school together to start dating, because how else will you, know how that person is already before you start talking to them, before you start wanting to start dating them. That to me, I think that's just so much easier. What else I want to say? Oh yeah, and then people would be like, yeah, go to church if you want to find somebody, go to church. And it's like, go to church. You're only gonna see that person one day out of a week on Sunday. Like, what do you? And then if you start dating, them church folks, they be all in your business. Like, oh my god, they exchange numbers, or they dating now, or they sitting next to each other in church. Just the third Sunday, they done sat next to each other in church, and then like all listen, church folks, they be talking about nothing, or they be talking and don't even know what they talking about. That kind of sound like me, what I'm doing now. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, I'm just like don't know how to get it out or say it out. But this is cool because this video is for me. Oh my goodness, it's like so weird, like I'm actually on a video, like after a while. I'm gonna see, can I keep this up? Because like I said, just talking, it's good. It's a good release. It's just things that be on my mind. Like, But throughout the day, shoot, I be having things on my mind throughout the day. But I'm just like, with with a 2-year old. Oh my goodness, like she is active. I'm like, girl, I be trying to sit at the table. Like she eats, her pamper, her pull up is dry, like all that is good. Her shows on the TV, or she got her tablet, she got these toys, she ate, like she's good. So I'm like, all right, she's content, she's good. Let me sit at the table and see, can I, start writing some stuff down, or maybe even do a video, or just, do something, that I've been procrastinating on doing, that I've been wanting to do, but I just like, ugh. So I come sit at the table, and guess who see me sitting at the table and want to come sit at the table with me, or want to come get my pen and paper. When I'm like, girl, like I gave you all this stuff, so I'm just like, okay, I can't do this right now. So then I'm just like, so yeah, so it's what time is it? It's 10 something, probably 11 something. Oh, I'm looking for my phone when I'm on my phone. I'm like, what time is it? But it's 10:53, and it's 10:53. So I'm like, this is like the times where I probably can do a video, and I'm like, ain't no sense. I ain't gonna say ain't no sense, because I could just do a video real quick and then just upload it. But I'm like, I feel like doing that. I'm like, let me just go live. These videos is for me anyway, so why not? See, look at these blinds. Oh, wait, yeah, it's a bright commercial. See these blinds? I'm still like tripping. That's the TV reflection. But yeah, so what else? Basically, yeah, when it was like, yeah, go to church and meet somebody. I'm like, Hey, you only gonna see that person on Sunday. And like I said, if you see them more than just on Sunday, that means, y'all met up throughout the week. And then that means on Sunday come, you like, do we sit next to each other on Sundays? Or, do we not sit next to each other on Sundays? Or we sit next to each other on Sunday? People gonna think that we're together and we'll be talking, even though y'all do, but it'll be like, okay, weird kind of thing. And then if y'all hook up and do something, mind you, y'all supposed to be church folks, hook up and do something, be intimate with each other while y'all not married. Y'all go to the same church. It's like, oh my goodness, I done slept with somebody. I met him at church and we done sleeping with each other. We ain't even married. So it's like, what? That's true story. That happened. That happened to me one time. But yeah. Um, So yeah, what else I want to say? Yeah, so like anything else, like we meeting somebody like at the gym, like I mean, unless you have the same schedules that y'all go to the gym together, but even going to the gym, it's like, why, dude? Don't come and talk to me. I'm trying to work out. Like, if you come up to me, yeah, like say I know this, like say I go to the gym 3 times a week. Okay, go to the gym 3 times a week, and I see the same guy there, and then like I notice him, he noticed me, but we just like far away, whatever, we say hi, bye, whatever, whatever. But then say a month come past, or goes past, and then say he's like, hey, come up to me and approach me and be like, hey, I seen you, a few times, I see you coming up in here, this and that, and I think, you look nice. Like, hey, can we go out sometime? I would be like, dude, you know, you, you know, we had small talk or whatever, but I don't want to date somebody that I see at the gym. I don't know. It's like you don't know me. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me, cause I'm just like, I, I, I don't know. I'm like, don't approach me if you don't know me. Talking all that stuff. Like, no. Let us be friends. Let us, work together. Do something first, so we can each know each other on that kind of level, and then pursue if we see something there. It's like, okay, I like you. There's something about you. I like you. Or yeah, that presentation that you gave in class the other day was really nice. Like, yeah, thank you, yada, yada, yada. And then just start talking and like that. And then before you know it, y'all be friends. And then it's be easy to, hey, do you want to go out sometime or this and that? Or, and it's like, well, okay, sure, why not? We'll see. So, yeah, what else I want to talk about? I'm quite sure some stuff about these topics that I'm like, oh, I forgot to say, or I wanted to say that. Ooh, I should have said that. But like I said, these are my videos, so I can just come and update and do another video for myself anytime. It's all good. And then another thing, what do I want to talk about? Um, oh yeah, I was just thinking, this is another topic. With I think in the Bible it says the man. This is about marriage. So this when it says something like a man supposed to leave his father and his mother's house and tend to his wife. Something like that. It says something like that. Like leave your parents' home and go to your wife, the man. So I'm like all these Christian folks. It seemed like y'all want to put out y'all sons or y'all kids when they turn 18 and they not even married. So I'm like, for one, who told y'all? Who told some of y'all people? Or who told y'all? And who's these people that's kicking their kids out at 18? It's like,
who told y'all to do that? Oh yeah, you 18. You when you turn 18, you gotta go. Like what? Oh well, that's what they said. Who say that? And whoever says that, why are you listening to them? Like who made that a law? Or the ideal thing to do. It's like no. If you and but then like I say in the Bible, they talking about when you get married, when a man get married. I don't think that 18-year-old is married. Now if the 18-year-old is married, okay, cool, whatever. But at the same time, mm, like that's just people. Please stop kicking your kids out when they turn 18, just because they turn 18. Now if they doing some shady stuff or something, then okay, they maybe let's see you do something else, stay someplace else. But if they just turn 18 or going to be turning 18 and they don't want to go to school, but they probably working, it's like, why are you kicking them out? Or they going to school, going to college? Oh, but you 18, you need to leave out. What? I don't know. Like people, y'all better be careful with that. Yeah, I better be careful with that. But then, yet it says a man's supposed to leave his parents when he getting married to his wife. So that means technically, a man can stay with his parents until he's married. So if you 30 years old, if you a man, you not married, then you supposed to be at your parents' house. And most likely that's the same with the daughters. Like if you ain't married and you don't supposed to be intimate with anybody, but hey, you know how nowadays is. But technically, if you not married, you actually supposed to be still staying at your parents' house. Now, growing up for me, my parents were married when they had me, and we lived at my dad's parents' house. So my grandparents, my granddaddy and grandma Hemphill, we live over their house. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess probably from the time I was born until I was like 4. Because when we moved to their apartment on Boundary Avenue in Capitol Heights, Maryland, um, that's when I started going to kindergarten. But before I was even going to school, yeah, we moved there before I was even going to school because I remember my sister. Oh my goodness, but every time I think about this time, as far as like, oh yeah, I didn't go to school that, when we first moved there, but because I remember one particular night, my sister, she's a year older than me, so she was in kindergarten. I wasn't in school. And I remember this one particular night, my sister had to go to sleep. And mind you, I don't have to go to school the next day, so I could stay up with my mama. I used to stay up with her and, whatever, run around or just whatever. So my sister would have to go in the bedroom and go to sleep. So my sister would be like, how come Dee Dee not coming in here? How come Dee Dee? She's like, because Dee Dee don't got to go to school tomorrow. You got to go to school. Dee Dee don't got to go to school. So and this will happen every so often. But just one particular night, my sister, she went in the bathroom. She was upset or whatever, like since I wasn't going in the room. So I don't know what made her do this. I guess she was not eating pennies, but had a penny in her mouth. So she laid down on the bed and she started choking. And she's like, oh. And then I hear her, the room, the light is off, but and the door is open. So I hear her like coughing, and I'm like, what in the world? I'm peeping in the room and I'm like, and I hear her like, oh. So I'm like, okay, mom. So my mom come in the room. I go and get my mother, and my mother, she like meet me halfway because she hear my sister coughing anyway. So before I even like go out to the hallway to get my mother already like, hey, like moved me to the side and like, and she cut on the light switch. I was like, what's going on, Lily? And then she set her up. Well, I think she was already sitting up, and she started patting her, hitting her hard on the back. My goodness. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. She was hitting hard on her back, and my sister got her head down, like, make all that noise. So I'm just looking. So the penny fall out of her mouth, and drool and spit. and everything, and probably a little bit of food. I don't know. It was just like, ugh. My mother was like, "What is this? What are you doing with the penny in your mouth? Don't be no penny in your mouth." And then the first thing, I think one of the first things my sister said was, "Well, Dee Dee's still up." Like, my sister was freaking, like, after she cleared her mouth and can talk and can, can breathe, the first thing she mentioned was like, well, Dee Dee was not in the room, or Dee Dee was still up, or Dee Dee was looking at the door at me, and like, I'm just like, what the heck? But but I think I end up, just going in the room because I'm just like, that is my sister, and hey, I'm gonna go in the room with her and go to sleep. She more so to keep an eye out on her, like make sure she ain't doing that. But I know one thing: I was not putting no pennies or nickels or quarters and dimes in my mouth just from that. Like and I don't think I was ever doing that, but I'm like just seeing that happen to my sister with her choking off of a penny and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I know I ain't gonna do that. And he ain't gonna be playing around like, ugh, why would I even want to put a penny in my mouth? Ugh, just thinking about it now, like. Mm. Like, no. So, yeah. So, yeah, be careful with that. If y'all got kids, make sure they don't be putting no coins in their mouth. Because they can choke or just swallow it and they'll come out through the poop, one way or the other. But they'll be good. But just be mindful. But that was funny, though. Sister was just a choking. I mean, it wasn't funny that she was choking. It was, I mean, well, what else had happened? Let me think. Oh my goodness, look at flavor. I mean, ugh, I mean, to each his own. But I'm like, these females, do they really want to be with him? Oh my goodness, speaking of Flavor Flav, the area where I used to grow up at, the area where I grew up at in Capitol Heights, Maryland, off of Marlboro Pike, and like I said, Nova Avenue, Boundary Avenue, all of that. When I was a kid, it was a little. Well, Public Enemy was out. There was like a group out in the 80s, 90s, or something. So, um, this dude, this neighborhood dude, he was, I don't know, I'm gonna say he was 12, 13 ish. And, I was like five or so, 5 or 6. But anyway, it was this older kid. He looked like Flavor Flav, and he would walk around with the clock. They used to sell them big clocks during this time, because Public Enemy was out. So you go to the store, you would see all these big clocks that you could purchase. It was like a thing back then. So the dude who walked around the neighborhood with like 2 or 3 clocks, and then to look like him, but he really did kind of look like him. It was just like I forgot the dude's name, but yeah, but it was. Yeah. What else I want to say? I don't know. This is pretty good just talking to myself, but out loud. And I know eventually I'm gonna start saying some deeper stuff. Who knows? I might start saying it tonight, but I'm like, I ain't trying to stay up too long. But um, I guess that's it for now. And then, like I said, I can always just come back on here and talk about some random stuff because this is my channel and this is me. And yeah, this is Demetra. Like, I don't know. That might be the next thing, just a video of me talking about me, like how I'm Demetra Diane Hemphill. My mom's maiden name is Diane Marie Street, Street, like street. And, like I said, her first name is Diane. Her middle name is Marie. What are the odds? Maryland, Marie Mary, Mother Mary. Hmm. Diane, Dirty Diana, Princess Diane, Wonder Woman, Diana, and of course my middle name is Diane. My mom's first name is Diane. Her mom, which is my grandmother, name is Jean, Savannah Jean James. But we call her Grandma Jean. That's what we used to call her, Grandma Jean. And surprisingly, my daughter, her grandmother on her dad's side, so my daughter's grandmother on her dad's side, her name is Jean, Gean, the same way how my grandma Jean is. So I be saying, oh, I had a grandma Jean, and now my daughter has a grandma Jean. Wow, wow. My mother name is Marie Marilyn Diane. I don't even want to break it down right now, but yeah. Oh, and my dad's name is Benson Leonard Hemphill. Leonard, Leo, like Leo, Leonard. Leonard. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, his first name is Vincent Leonard Hemphill. So, yeah. So all that is significant. Their birthdays. My dad was born October 13th. My mother was born 12/17/63. That's a whole lot of what year? 12/17/63. That's the 3 for 12. 17. That's 8. So 3 8. I'm gonna say 63 9. Well, anyways, the year 63. 3 6. And then 12 is a 3. And then even though it's 17, you normally count up to make it an 8, but you can subtract them to make it a 6. So that's a 3 6 6 3. I don't know, but yeah. And then my birthday is 8/3/82. So all them 8s and 3s. What else? I guess that's it. Until the next video. Um, yeah, it's gonna get deep. Once I, this is for me. This is, I mean, of course, whoever wanna watch these videos, go ahead, watch the videos. But I'm saying this is more so me talking to myself, releasing, because I just know that I'm gonna have to address this in a public format, like, and I mean, I know it. I don't know. I'm just getting excited just thinking about it, but also like, wow, like me get to talk in front of whew, millions and billions of people. So this is just me getting ready for that, preparing myself for that, releasing, talking to myself, and I need to be more. I need to, have that lion come out of me and just talk more. And then, who knows, maybe even throughout the day, even when I have my daughter, I can just even go in the room real quick and do a live video for like 10 minutes. She should be good for 10 minutes if she's in the living room watching her TV, doing her thing, and I'm just like off to the side in a room, just like, hey, yada 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 yada, for 5-10 minutes, and that's it. So I gotta tell myself I can do that instead of just waiting until after 9 o'clock when she goes to sleep. If she goes to sleep at 9, sometimes she stay up late. So come on, Demetra, you can do it. You can do it. Cause I'd rather, of course, well, this is fine. I ain't gonna say I'd rather sit somewhere or whatever, because this is fine. Mind you, these videos is for me. But yeah, if whoever watches it, cool. You get a side of me, that's me, you know. Get to see how I am before you really meet me, or before I really get addressed for who I am, and you get to be like, hey, you know, I watched a video, one of the first people who watched it, so that's fine. That is fine. But okay, on to the next one. Well, until the next one. Alright. Hi. How do I stop this? Do I hit this X button? Wait, what are these dots? Mute microphone, save highlight, share. I guess this X button mean I'm done. Yeah, okay. Alright, let me hit this X up top. Oh yeah, okay. Are you sure you wanted to stop screaming? Yes. Okay.